right, here we go. Good afternoon, good evening, one and all. This is the EU2 Championship season finale, round 18. We are at Brazil. I'm back in the booth. It's BK here for your season finale. Unfortunately, Haas will not be joining us, but we've got a splendid replacement for him. Joined him many times in the commentary booth, but never as a commentary duo, mostly as a podium interview. It's Deathstorm. How are you doing, man?
Doing all right. Second time in EU2, so looking forward to it. Last one, and I get to finally say it on stream. I got a podium prediction right, and it was a back to front, and you weren't here to see it.
Yep. Just one last time, rub it in my face. I appreciate that. Thanks.
Yes. Love you, BK. It's all love, buddy.
It's all love, yeah. Well, we're back again. Constructors Championship all wrapped before down the field. What do we got here? Four teams fighting for P2 right now, Desor?
Yeah. Give me 1 second to take a look at it, and while I'm looking at it, congratulations on your promotion, kind sir. To those in the EU side that don't know, Mr. BK was just recently promoted to AM admin, so he's working alongside yours truly and everybody else on the AM admin team. Looking forward to it.
Yeah,
Um,
thank you. Looking forward to it as well.
yeah, McLaren had it locked up with 296. Second place is Ferrari with 227. Alfa Romeo third, 223. Williams 222 in fourth, and Red Bull with 211 in fifth. So second through fifth is going to be a dogfight tonight.
Definitely, yeah, it's going to be all up for grabs. All coming down to the final race. Obviously, Cornish had an amazing season, championship caliber season, with the 296 points he's or no, is that that's McLaren. Cornish himself has 221 points, so a vast majority of the points for that team, and just
Yeah, absolutely.
incredible season.
Sounds very familiar, doesn't it?
Hey, I didn't have the vast majority. You look at my teammate; he was right behind me, man, and you give him those couple wins that I feel like he probably should have had. I think he won that championship, so. Like you think about Monza. If I DNF that race on my own, but he was on for the win and got taken out. And in
We don't talk
Singapore, he
about
was on
Monza.
for the win as well and got taken out. But those two wins, I'm sure, would have put him ahead of me. So it's
We
just the
don't
luck of the
talk about
draw.
Monza. Yes, we don't talk about Monza though.
We don't talk about
But
Monza.
yeah, the constructors fight is hotly contested. I'll go through the driver standings a little bit. Cornish Cuck, as you said, at 221. Electric Blade sitting in second at 130, so there's a steep drop off. AJ, who's not racing tonight, is sitting provisional P3 at 129. Jay Prentice 124 in fourth. Danny Robo in fifth with 110. Matty Robo in sixth with 104, and El Prentice with 103. So the battle between second place and third, fourth, like seventh place is going to be tuck and go here. We'll have to do some final tallies at the end here to see who's got what.
Cornish jumping up into P1 there with that lap 108 flat. Sitting right in front of J Ray, who did sit on pole for a few moments there. McLaren 1-2 as it stands. Blade, we are on board for his lap as he crossed the line as a 108.4. Yeetmax at 108.7 and Charlie at 115. Obviously not setting a representative lap yet. Got a bunch of cars coming around to do just that. Let's see. Pipe Tech, no. Yeetmax is invalidated. Charlie just seems to be winding up a lap. We'll jump back to him in a moment. Who else could we catch here?
While you're doing that, I'll go through some of the stuff from last week. We had the penalty report from China. There was two incidents, one involving Jay Prentice. His little questionable dive bomb, I guess is what you could call it. In the report, it was a reckless action that was punished by 15 seconds on top of his time, plus 3 penalty points. And then the second one was between J Ray and Sneaky Tom, where Sneaky Tom was found at fault for that collision on track, and he was awarded with a 5 second and 1 penalty point. So hopefully EU2 won't be beating and banging like certain tiers this week. XP2 was pretty bad from what I think, and AM2 last night, even though it wasn't streamed, there was some questionable stuff going on.
Yeah,
So
you said it, man. It's a season finale, so it seems the rule book has just about left the cockpit in every tier. It was lots of bumping and banging going on in AM3 as well. I didn't get to catch the full race yet, but from my side, I have never made that much contact in a league race. So it's a short track. It's pretty hectic. Everybody's pretty quick around here, but man, everybody was gunning for the win. No doubt, since it's the season finale, we're gonna see that tonight.
absolutely, and I also believe this is somewhat of a send off for Mr. Two Spell Wizard over here. I believe he is stepping away from racing activities at the end of this race. As far as his involvement within the league, I'm not 100% sure of it, but whatever he does within the league and outside of the league, good luck to you, sir. Hopefully, you get to catch it somewhere down the road back on track. But as far as I know from what I was reading in the EU3 and on stream there, I believe this is going to end up being his last race.
I believe
So a
so, and
little bit of a bittersweet there.
bittersweet, yeah. And, tough to see so many well-known and well-liked people in the community leaving, but I think another one which we're watching right now, from the stream EU3 on Monday, I believe it might be Tichy's last hurrah as well.
Oh yeah, I did. Yeah, you're right. You might be right on that one. So I mean, this game was pretty brutal for a lot of reasons.
Yeah,
So I know a lot of people, especially myself, I'm just looking forward to 23. I don't think it could get much worse than this game, honestly, and I'm saying that knowing how bad 15 was.
15 was long before my time in the F1 days, but
Well, when you've been playing Formula One games since F1 Championship Edition in 2006, that just shows you how old I truly am.
pretty sure I was playing in the playground at recess in 2006. Got Caganus and Hilly in the chat. How's it going, guys? We're on board with Tichy right now, sending him off as we understand. Might as well stay on board to finish off his quali lap in what may be one of his final races at Koss. He's not up yet on his first attempt. Let's see what he can pull through in this final sector. Maybe not enough to improve. He stays at P8 for the moment, but he doesn't have time to do another run or two. Let's see who we can catch coming across next. Racers in the midfield section. Emax is invalidated. Jay
On board
Prentice.
with Electric Blade as he goes down the Retro Rapasto into turn 4 there, going back up the hill into the infield section here at Interlagos. I did not catch his sector one time, so see what he will be at sectors 2, heading toward Joan Cow at the end of there.
Lots of traffic. Very short
Oh,
track.
jeez, yeah. He's got a Ferrari in front of him, so maybe it's going to be an accidental slipstream. Let's see what he's going to be sitting on. He's marginally up, so he might just end up backing out of that unless he gets a great run up the hill toward the line going into the DRS zone. He's going to have a little bit of a slipstream from that Ferrari in front, so he might... Oh, he does go fourth, 108.3, just 300s faster than Charlie there.
Not a bad lap there for Blade. No, he's got pace. He's believe last week, licking his chops at the opportunity of a last lap safety car when he strapped on those soft tires, and he was on a charge up until some unfortunate contact just took him out of the running. And we just see Matty Robbo losing the rear end going into you'll have to educate me what turn that is, but into the midfield section. He's got the car
Somebody
going.
has lost it there.
Yeah, it's Matty Robbo. He's got car going again. I believe Tichy is still on those same tires driving. Oh no, he's just come back out.
Oh, jeez. Pipe text into the pits.
Two spell coming to the line here. It's in P3. He's basically matches his first attempt.
Yeah, he does not improve. He does stay P3 behind those two McLarens. Electric Blades going in. Jay Prentice is heading toward Junkao now, but he's a second behind his fastest time, so I'm assuming he's just going to pit now at this point and get ready for his last run.
Yeah, I'll stay on board with Tichy here while he winds up his next lap.
Hit the first DRS zone going down the Retropasta into Decena de Laga. Going up the hill. He's also got the Haas of Jack King behind him, but Jack King's on an outlap, so he shouldn't be any interference.
Looks like Tichy's actually abandoned this lap. He's on recharging, so.
Yeah, he definitely abandoned that. It's going to stay at 100%, so.
Max tapped the wall there on his flying lap, it looked like. Matty Robbo coming to the line. It's a
Goes
108.8.
10th fastest.
Look how tight this is from P10 up to P1.
Yeah, short tracks like Brazil tend to do this, where the field spread is not evidently as present, but it's those 1 or 2 tenths that if somebody makes a slight mistake, you're going down. Like if, say, J-Ray get involved with Electric Blade on the first lap, you're going down. You're going down automatically to 14th, 15th, and you're not going to be able to get back up there relatively shortly.
Yeah, something I'm definitely experienced Monday night, I can tell you that.
Cough, 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 cough.
It was an enjoyable final race. And glad that everything was sealed up before then. And you see Jack King invalidate actually. Lots of people have an issue. I was on that corner. I invalidated there once as well. Red Mask yet to set a lap.
Jack King's throwing it in neutral and did the BK trick.
Hey.
Save at least a little bit of ERS.
Yeah, it's such a short track. It's so hard to regain any at all. But he's going to try to go again here. Hoping that he'll have enough time. No, he's going back in the pits. He's decided he did not regain enough battery. He's going to have to try again. It's Cygate invalidated and spinning on the penultimate corner, I guess. Call that?
Oh no.
Who is out
now?
now?
It's worth mentioning that as a Red Bull driver, our defending Constructors' Championship is now in the wayside because I do believe Ferrari have clinched the overall Constructors. So, boo to Ferrari, viva la Red Bull, and hopefully I get to stay in Red Bull and try to regain our Constructors title.
Swear to God, if anyone takes my Haas car next year, there's going to be hell to pay. I drove the Alpine for one season and it was horrible. Never again.
And you went back to Haas, and yeah.
And then season 11 happened.
Yeah, season 11. The absolute dismantling of AM3.
Two spells starting a lap. Electric Blade is on the middle of his lap, so I think this will be the
He's
final attempt for
marginally
the
up after
Blade.
Sector 1.
Yeah, just marginally.
But that marginally will actually put him provisionally P3 at the moment if he
Yep.
could keep it together.
Yeah, he is. We said marginally ahead, but they are very fine margins in between each driver here. He sets a purple sector 2, and he's almost up by a tenth now, so he's threatening P2 at the moment. And he jumps up just into
Oh.
P3. Ooh, just behind
Ooh.
J-Ray. Who we got coming around next? Mercedes. That should be Racer. Looks to be not on a flyer. J-Ray also winding up to start his next lap. Two spell, finishing out his final qualifying session here. And it's not going to be an improvement. He jumps into the pits. We've got
Jerry already backed out of it in the Senna S, so he's definitely going to be gunning for a one-lap shot. What is going on? Oh, okay, I was going to say. This two spell does retire into the pits, so he's going to be fourth at best on his final EU2 qualifying of the season.
see Acid coming across the
Oh,
line.
Racer bins it in the infield there. So that's going to be effectively his qualifying over, unless he can get back to the line.
Blade will be
I mean,
jumping
it's a
into the
short track, so he
pits.
might be able to get there.
Sygate coming around to start his final lap. Running out of time here, a minute left in quali, so final chances for people to be starting a lap or being on their final lap. Pipe Tech looks to be starting one.
Yeah, Tichy might be in trouble. Actually, no, Tichy is not going to be able to come back out. He's already content, I guess, with P12. Everybody else, other than him and Two Spall and Electric, are out on track.
Looks like Jack King is setting a lap here. He's going to be his final attempt. Powering down the straight with DRS and ERS active. And it's a 108.1. Jumps up to P2. What a jump there for Jack King. Nicely done for the Haas driver. Matty appears to be crossing the line next, and it's a 3/10. Oh no, sorry, he's up 3/10 last time. But he must have made a mistake because he's up into 120s in that lap.
Charlie is up in Sector 1. Not by much, but he's up.
Sygate's invalidated. Pipe Tech is going to be the next to cross the line. Then we've got the McLarens, or one of the McLarens coming up. Pipe Tech going to not improve that time. We're on board with the championship winner, Cornish here. Looking to extend his provisional pole lead. And it's a 107.8. Extends that lead just a little bit further. Is J-Ray going to be able to do anything? Coming to the line now. No, it's a
J-Ray puts it
108.0.
P2.
P2 for J-Ray.
Charlie's coming to the line now. He's up marginally at best. He jumps up to P3 in the AlphaTauri
Two
there.
tenths there. Just jumped him up to the P3 from P7, I believe. Jack King jumping into the pits. We've got lots of people still on laps, it looks like. Acid Masters letting a car by. Eatmax coming to the line. He's up 2.5 tenths, it looks. It's a 108.7. He does not improve that time.
And Matty just jumped into the pits, so that's qualifying over.
That is it for qualifying in Brazil. Cornish
Oh boy.
rounds out his championship season with another pole position, followed by J-Ray and Charlie in P3. Known Charlie to have pace this season. From when I started commentating, he's a very quick driver. Just the consistency. So hopefully he can keep that up tonight, finish the season on a high, and roll it into F123.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I mean, other than the 2/10 gap that you had between Cornish and J-Ray, it looked like second through 10th or 11th is basically blanketed by 310s. So this fight for the midfield, for the shavings or the last spots of the podium, are going to be intense.
100%. And even the 2/10 gap that Cornish has with the DRS on this track, that is not going to be enough to necessarily pull away from the field like he's been able to so many times before. Cornish P1, J Ray P2, Charlie King P3, Jack King P4, P5, Jay Prentice P6, Racer P7, Two Spell Wizard P8, Aster Masters P9, Red Mask P10, Eatmax P11, Matty Robo P12, Pipe Tech P13, Titchy P14, Cygate P15. 8 1 second gap separates P1 to P12.
A lot can happen. A lot can happen with that 1 second gap. It's just going to be bedlam going into the Senna S for the first time. I believe in your race. Shane completely just bolted out in front, and you were stuck in a four wide situation going through the Senna S.
Yeah, yeah, I know. Shane was complaining he didn't have much of a challenge, but every time I tried to give him one, I got caught up in something else. So you know it's gonna be crazy going into this first turn, going three wide for sure. No matter where you're at.
Yeah, definitely. Through the Senna S, probably going to go all the way down to and through Decina del Logo down there at the bottom of the hill, the end of Sector One. Uh, as far as for a podium prediction, I don't know where I'm going to go. I I think I'm going to stay Cornish Cuck one. I'm gonna pull a surprise out of the hat. I'm gonna go Electric Blade 2, and then I'm gonna see if Charlie can pull it off. And Charlie goes P3. So Cornish, Electric, and Charlie will be my podium.
Cornish, Electric, and Charlie, you say? I'll say.
As I say, Charlie.
Charlie having some
uh,
issues on the outlap.
oh, he just spun it onto the Senna S, heading toward the curve at Del Sol.
Tires are cold, boys. Tires are cold. How about this for a prediction? How many people in the final race of the season will disqualify parking in their grid slot?
That's still a thing apparently in
Yeah,
most of the tiers.
I'm
I'm gonna
saying.
say at least two.
Oh, I was gonna say at least three, probably closer to four. I mean, we only have 15 tonight, so maybe three.
I'll stay with my two.
I think tonight for podium predictions, I'll go with. It's so hard to bet against Cornish and J Ray because they're so fast. Gosh, but I'll do Cornish, J Ray, and Jack King,
Okay.
and minimum three people disqualified parking in the grid. We
Safety
have seen
cars.
yeah, two safety cars.
We
We've
had
seen these
a
guys
we had
do
enough.
360s on into the grid as well, so I wonder if there'll be any of that for the finale tonight.
Well, this will be interesting to see what happens. I don't know if depending on J Ray, if he gets a better start than Cornish Cook, which I highly doubt he's going to. It's Cornish Cook. Maybe the McLarens will just follow suit 1-2 right through, and then watch the carnage behind them. But if you're anywhere, there's one. If you're anywhere between second row toward the back, you expect carnage.
Matty just parking up now, last car on the grid.
And it's only one.
And
So
it's
we're
just
both
one.
wrong.
We're both wrong. We've got 5 red lights for the finale in Brazil, and we're off. J-Ray actually gets a huge jump on Cornish there, already in the lead. Cornish having to yield, and we are all going side by side into the first 2 turns. Red Mask side by side. Oh no, sorry, it's side gate side by side with Yeetmax now, and they make a little contact going into the next corner here. Oh, Racer and Acid
Blast
Masters
Masters
also
and
battling it out.
Glide. They're going four deep into here. Two spell racer, acid and yeet. Pike Peck is literally right behind them as well. So this is going to be the crazy part of the field. It looks like.
Aston Martin, nail, nose to tail, nail, nose to tail right now.
They're all pretty much nose to tail all the way back. Like they're all within a second of each
No,
other.
yeah, nobody really making any big mistakes in the first lap. Obviously, J Ray, the biggest winner. Jay Prentice now gonna fly past Charlie. Obviously, trimmed out Ferrari setup. You know he's brought it out tonight. Charlie using
No.
battery, trying to get back in front of him, getting in the slipstream. Is he gonna brake later? Pulling alongside. He's gonna have to leave the room here. Jay Prentice
Charlie
swoops around the inside.
almost. That Ferrari, those two Ferraris, man. Well, him and his brother. They always run out these trimmed out setups.
And
And
Two Spell's
I
on
don't
the
know.
attack now on the inside. He's about to lose two positions to the Ferraris back to back.
He got it. He got it. Nice move by Two Spell. But I can't figure out how the heck they do it. Because anytime I have a lower wing setup, I tend to spin out a lot. I just finally got accustomed to it. And I don't know about you this week, but I was running, and you're going to laugh when you hear this, in AM2 last night. I was running 16-16 wings.
I mean, that's a lot lower than I had. You have to, it's really a difficult balancing act to find a good straight line speed setup. And you're right, it is quite impressive how the J Prentice and L Prentice seem to do it every week. They have a rapid top line speed setup. We have Electric Blade here, sniffing the back of Jack King.
DRS will be enabled for the first time. Steve Cornish Cook is going to send it on his teammate, and Electric going to send it on Jack King for the last podium place. Ideally, for the first couple of laps here, I wouldn't do anything just yet. I would just kind of sit back and see where everybody's fuel is, see where everybody's saving. Because if there's no safety car, this track eats at tires and eats at fuel.
100%, yeah. Definitely got to see how it's all going to settle out here. All these guys playing very nicely. The cleanest racing we've seen so far at Interlagos this week, and you would expect nothing less from these EU2 guys. Mr. Stewart, who has to do the 56 incident reports.
Oh, let's not go there. I did that little side job the other night where I was kind of going through tickets and
Two Spell must have had an issue. Charlie just snuck right past him there out of the exit of the penultimate corner.
Two Spell had a bad exit there. He hit a lot of the curb and it looked like he mounted it. So Charlie was able to get through back in a P6. He's got he's gonna try now to stay in the DRS of Jay Prentice.
Jay Prentice lost the back of Electric Blade a little bit, but Blade putting Jack King under pressure, who's certainly grateful to have the DRS from Cornish ahead. And this battle for P1 is starting to heat up now that DRS is active. J-Ray championship is all sealed up. J-Ray doesn't have to worry about that. It's all for bragging rights today.
Charlie going into the midfield section of the track here. He's got to look at Jay Prentice. He's going to make the move. He moves up in the P5. Definitely that has to be downforce related. Two Spell behind him is also looking, but he's going to stay behind Jay Prentice, and those Ferraris are going to be looking to get back past that AlphaTauri, going up the hill to the Senna S.
Yeah, we'll stay on board here with Charlie just to see.
Up front.
Red mask must
Red
have
mask
spun.
off.
Charlie
and Cornish, there he
Cornish
goes. He's going to make the overtake.
With the help of DRS down the main straight, jump back to Charlie here. And the Ferraris have closed in quite a bit, but not enough. Let's see down this next straight if anything will come out of this. They're just losing a little bit on the corners, not enough the straight line speed at the moment to keep up with Charlie.
Top four is pretty much starting to break away. Charlie's 2.5 behind there. And then he's got his little DRS train all the way down to P11.
Electric
Maybe the
Blade.
McLarens will probably play the you pass me, I pass you game and try to break away from Jack King on electric, but
It looks like Electric has a bit of pace right now, and Jack King is falling a little bit out of the DRS of those ahead. It's
electric gets a better run out of Juncal there. He's gonna have a decent run at Jack King going into the Senna S.
Jack
See if
King.
he decides to make the move.
Jack King was blessed with a helping of DRS there, despite being just out of the 1 second range. Must have been within across the detection line.
Yeah, keeps Electric Blade at bay for another moment. Does Jack King have it coming down here? He does as well. So Electric is going to be stuck behind that Haas. Cornish is he's starting to pull away now. He's 5/10 clear. So J Ray looks like he settled in off his start, and Cornish finally got into his rhythm. And then now Cornish Cuck is probably going to start breaking away a little bit.
And Two Spell got his way past Jay Prentice now. Jay
Acid
Prentice.
Masters and Racer are also there, right behind the two Ferraris in seventh or in eighth and ninth. And then you have the Team Car 6 and 7, Team Car 8 and 9, and then you have the Aston Martins also 10 and 11. So,
Mm-hmm.
color coordination, boys.
It's 3, 4, 5. That's really ruining the order for us right now. Electric Blade, Charlie, and Jack King. And speaking of Electric Blade, he's going to have the move done on Jack King down the straight with the help of DRS. Now he's
Finally
going to
got the
have
job
to,
done.
yeah, but he's now going to have to defend Jack King coming around the next corner. Next DRS zone is active now. Don't think Jack King is going to be close enough to make a lunge here, so Blade making the move to stick.
Zygate's first of the 15 to get 3 seconds, and
Jay,
Charlie gets another one right after that. So there's two.
Jay Prentice also getting eaten up by this pack now a little bit. He's on the medium
Because we have
tire.
a spinner off in sector 2. It looks like it's Charlie, so there
Charlie,
goes my podium. There goes my podium right by the wayside. Jeez. Oh, that's a clear Oh, whoa, whoa. I don't know if you caught that.
nope.
That was definitely a reset to track. I caught it on my thing for sure.
Jay Prentice now under a little bit of pressure from behind
Oh,
from
yeet
Racer.
up the inside
Oh,
of Pipe Tech
Pipe Tech.
upside the razor there.
Yeah, Pipe Tech just finding a better exit there. As Racer really did not get a good exit. Now gives a little room to Jay Prentice, but now heads up. We've got Racer under pressure from Yeetmax. And Yeetmax going to throw it in the inside, and he's going to lose the back end, and that's both of the Mercedes and the Aston losing it.
Ooh.
Opportunistic move from the Aston there, unfortunately. A little bit of contact.
Charlie retires in the pits. Whoa, yeet. Looked like that was semi-intentional there.
I
It
might have
looked like he.
seen part of an errant Aston Martin flying into a wall. I don't know if that's what it was, but
That's what I'm talking about. I don't know if that was intentional because it looked like he darted across the track there. I caught the tail end of that.
I am not 100% sure.
I don't know. I caught something. I heard, and then when I switched over to him, I heard wall. So I'm like, oh boy.
So corners leading from J-Ray. It's got about a half a second gap here, but J-Ray's not pushing too hard. They know main objective here is to fly away from Electric Blade, who is putting a little bit of space between himself and Jack King. Two spell now. Got past Jay Prentice, and Jay Prentice dropped back a bit. He's looking to close the gap. 2.7 behind Jack King ahead. Or sorry, 3 seconds behind Jack King ahead.
Electric is gonna close up on the back of J-Ray. Jack King can't make any inroads to Electric, but if he stays where he's at, this battle for the podium is going to get very spicy fairly quickly. J-Ray is going to have to play the defensive second driver game for sure here.
Must have been a mistake there from J-Ray, because he was within a half a second of Cornish on the previous lap, and outside of the DRS of Electric, but now the roles are reversed. Electric's within the DRS, and J-Ray does not have it. Cornish might have slowed down there on the entry on the detection point of Sector 3 just to give J-Ray the DRS. The gap came down extremely quickly.
The
J-Ray,
McLaren's playing the team game.
exactly.
But doing that is also led Electric Blade literally right back into it with earshot of not only J-Ray but Cornish Cuck for the lead. Jack King fell off the table there. He's struggling through the Senna S and the Curva del Sol. Whether he doesn't have the back end grip or he's already got warnings and a penalty looming, I don't know.
I'm not 100% sure. We've also got Pipe Tech now, keeping Jay Prentice and Acid Mastered Company at the back here, and Matty Robbo not too far behind those, forming a nice little train.
Look for Pipe Tech to make a move on Jay Prentice. He's sitting there on his gearbox, only 3/10, 2/10 out. If there's anywhere that Ferrari is going to be susceptible to getting overtaken, it is the infield section here at Interlagos.
And that long straight, he can. Jay Prentice looks like
And
he's
then
going to stay
Ferrari.
within the DRS, so he's going to hopefully be safe for his sake on this straight. But Pipe Tech using the URS, trying to get closer, trying to take advantage of the slipstream. He's eager to at least get alongside him here.
Pipe Tech's looking. He's going to sit back through the Senna S. He's going to have another shot of it going down the Retro Repulso into Decina del Lago.
Gonna have another dose of DRS here. Doesn't look like he's close enough.
No, his ERS is severely drained. He's going to have to sit back.
That is the one thing about this track. It is a battery burner. You can just see the difference in grip there. Just Pipe Tech nearly running the back of Jay Prentice on the fast right-hander. Is he going to launch a move
Sygate
here?
got 5 seconds in the pit lane, so that's an early stop. That's a very early stop to get off those medium compound tires.
I agree. Jay Prentice now sitting on a little bit healthier ERS than Pipe Tech. He has lost the back of Acid Masters though and will not have the DRS advantage here. He knows it. He's burning that ERS to try to pull himself away as much as he can. But now we'll see the speed of that Aston Martin start to build. Can get closer and closer, but not close enough this time.
J-Ray lost the back of Cornish Cuck as well, so Electric's going to be all over him.
Not long before these two are battling it out for sure. Electric not having too much pressure from behind from Jack King. He's dropped the back of him by 2 seconds, so he's not too much to worry behind him. It's all looking ahead now for Electric. I was debating between him and Jack King on my podium predictions.
Yeah, there goes Cornish Cuck backing up into J-Ray yet again to try to save him in DRS range.
Yeah. The ultimate team player right now. What can't this guy do? Wins a championship, wins the Constructors' Championship, and he will just manage his pace to carry his teammate along to a 1-2 if he has to. Blade.
These three have built a healthy gap back to Jack King there. As Sygate plays the I'm gonna let you go around me game, so he is officially a lap down, which is unfortunate for him. Unfortunate for the Red Bull. Jack King with another 3 seconds. I believe the only two right now are Jack King and Sygate with penalties. Everybody else is clean.
We're going to jump on board here with Matty Robbo, actually. He's sitting P9 right now, but Pipe Tech and Jay Prentice within shouting distance of him ahead. Matty's ERS
Pipe Tech
very healthy. Pipe Tech and Jay Prentice not so much.
Yeah, Pipe Tech looked like he went a little deep there going into the infield. And and Jay Prentice is gonna try to keep it within DRS range, but as you said, Matty Robo with a healthy 80% battery compared to Jay Prentice's 27, and Pipe Tech is basically going to be a sitting duck on a pond here
Pipe Tech
as it
has a
comes to
decent gap.
DRS.
Jay Prentice, luckily he has the DRS to defend, but he might have to defend his position a little harder. Here's Matty Rabo launches up the inside. Oh, what a horrible camera angle there from the game, but Jay Prentice fights it off. Excellent driving there from those two. Nice and clean.
This battle for the lead, all three of them are inside of 7/10 of a second now.
I was just looking at the gap there myself. Yeah, it's heating up at the front. J Ray's saying, "Hey, remember when I passed you at the start? Yeah, I really didn't mean it. Please just keep pulling me along. I didn't mean that when I passed you on the first lap. Please just
Oh,
keep pulling me along. Thank you."
That might have been a track extension warning from J Ray there. It looked like he got wide out of the last corner there, last complex.
I think Matty Rabo is closing in on Jay Prentice here. He's not going to have the DRS, and Jay Prentice actually jumps into the pits. So Matty Rabo has a bit of clear air to catch up to Pipe Tech now. Jay Prentice going to be the
13.
second one to pit. Lap 15 is about the time you would expect guys to start jumping in.
Yeah, I think J Ray may dive in first,
Blaze
leaving
on
Cornish
25.
Cuck to be there for one more lap on his own. But I know he has the pace and the racecraft to keep Electric Blade behind him.
Pure Blade, you pit right now? I mean, he's clearly got the pace to get in front of J Ray.
Yeah, so if I were in the McLaren, I'd keep Cornish Cuck out one more lap, and I'd pit J Ray right now. That would be my call.
Yeah.
See what happens
Tinfoil
here.
hats are on right now. Let's see what happens. It
Oh, no, they're going to stay out.
They're staying
They're
out.
both staying out another lap. Okay.
Hoping for a safety car, hoping for a mistake. I'm not sure what the reason may be, but undercut must be coming into the mind of Electric Blade at this point.
Yellow in turn one, but that is for Cygate letting through faster traffic. As he already did pump in the fastest lap of the Grand Prix so far. I didn't see the time, but I did see that it was his name, so.
Max now on the back of Red Mask.
Oh, they're rubbing. They're rubbing. Gives himself just enough space. Red Mask does keep the position. That's a great defensive driving from the AlphaTauri there.
These guys scrapping it out for the final points position here tonight. A lot to play for still.
J Ray is left out to dry. Oh, J Ray is coming in along with Electric Blade, so they're both gonna. Electric Blade's gonna undercut Cornish Cuck, and he's gonna stay with J Ray. I'm surprised Electric didn't try to use that DRS one more lap and try to get in contact with Cornish Cuck.
I like this play from Blade, honestly. I like it. I think that this is going to leave J Ray to lead the race, and he won't have the DRS from Cornish to help him. Cause I think Cornish is going to come up behind these guys now. Surely he has to, no?
I would imagine so. Yes.
So it's going to leave Cornish to have to catch up to Blade, and Blade will be on the defense. I think that's my prediction, but it's too early to tell yet. As Yeetmex and Red Mask battling it out one more time, we've got another helicopter cam brought to you by Volkswagen.
Those two guys, thankfully for them, got right in front of Red Mask and Yeet's battle there for the fringe points. So that was pivotal. That definitely had a role to play for sure, I would imagine.
Yep, definitely needed to finish in front of these guys.
And Cornish is in, so now we get to see what's going on. See if Jack King follows suit. Jack King's going to follow suit in Acid Masters. As we have a DNF out of Curva del Sol, it is Cygate. And I'm surprised that did not bring out a safety car, or a VSC for that matter, as Red Mask gets a 3-second time penalty as well.
We're on board with J-Ray now. Cornish is coming out of the pits. J-Ray's trying to get past Racer. He had a bit of traffic on that lap, so here comes Cornish out of the pits. And looks like J-Ray's actually going to come up behind him.
Wow, the undercut did not work, and it actually harmed Electric.
I think both these guys ended up catching a bit of traffic. Definitely J-Ray with Racer, but couldn't tell you about Blade on that lap. Jack King managed to hold off Yeetmax as well. Came out in between Red Mask and Yeetmax, so he splits that battle up a little bit. But now Cornish has those colder hard tires, and J-Ray's done a full lap on him here. Oh, a little bit of a moment there. Had to ease off the throttle. Now we got the tires up on the board here, so you can see Racer behind with the 17 lap old hards compared to J-Ray's fresh hards.
Acid Masters and Matty Robo are still out. Electric got caught behind Racer. That actually completely harmed his race.
Yep, definitely is gonna hurt him a little bit, but just has to stay calm. He's got lots of laps left. But he could potentially get himself back into this fight to improve his position, but he's sitting very well right now in net P3 once all the pit stops come. We've actually got Jay Prentice on the back of Pipe Tech. They're going to be side by side here.
Jack King lost out on a heck of a lot of spots because he got caught behind Red Mask and Yeet. So actually I shouldn't say spots, but I should say time. He might actually lose a spot or two depending if Red Mask could keep him behind for another lap. Considering Matty and Acid have clean air.
Blade managing to get past Racer there.
J-Ray gets 3 seconds. That puts Electric Blade in the catbird seat now. Let's see how much pressure Electric Blade decides to put onto J-Ray to see if he can make him crack a little more.
And while we were talking, Jack King finding his way past Red Mask there, so now he's got chased down Racer, who is yet to pit, and still looking good for P4 himself. But as you say, that 3-second time penalty for J-Ray, could that come back to haunt him here? I'm sure Electric Blade is happy to see that, but J-Ray would be devastated. We've got 17 laps to go in this EU2 season here at Brazil.
Yeah, this week has been flying by so far. Third day of action here this week. And then we're going to be rounding it off on the EU side tomorrow. On the AM side, we round it off tonight.
Yep, that'll be the end of season 11 and the end of F1 22 two-spell finding his way past Red Mask, which I'm sure the F1 22 aspect everybody is quite pleased about to close this game, delete it, and never to open it again.
I mean, those that play the F2 part of it still have to play it for a little bit, but AM2 has to run Imola again. We voted to do that, so
Ooh, mistakes were made.
Yeah. So we still got to deal with it for one more week. But again, this game has been brutal. I'm glad to be rid of it very, very soon. The only bragging right that I actually have this season is I'm going to throw a bone at him, but I don't care. I came back from 5 weeks of podium predictions behind and still beat my compadre in the AM3 booth, Mr. E. Warren. So, ha 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 ha.
Yep, there you go. That's
So I
something to
got
be proud of. Matty Rub finally jumps in the pit. So does Racer. So we've just got Acid, who has yet to pit, and Red Mask.
Cornish Cuck and J Ray. Electric does have DRS on J Ray now, so now the screws are slowly going to get turned.
Yep, not much that Cornish can do now to help him out. We've got lots of battling up and down the field now because Pipe Tech and Jay Prentice have been going at it here for the last few laps, as well as Yeetmax and Titchy back lower down in the field. Jay Prentice down the inside now of Pipe Tech with the DRS. Gets that position right back. Brilliant stuff from these guys. I've just been bumping in and out of this battle the last few laps, and they seem to be keeping each other some very good company. As is Titchy and Yeetmax as Titchy gets past him. As I was just saying that, and I did not switch soon enough to catch that overtake. But those four drivers still, despite not being necessarily fully in the points, Titchy and Yeetmax still enjoying their battles here in the last race.
Acid Masters is still out on 22 lap old hards.
He is
And
hanging it out for the safety car. And an
is
update on
he
the battle for
thinking soft?
P2.
Is he
Sorry.
thinking soft compound tires?
He might be. Depending on the tire wear of those hards, I could very well see him pushing him a little bit longer to try to get the
Red
softs.
Mask is in now, so he literally Acid is the only one left.
Acid is the Lone Ranger, and we've got Electric Blade within half a second now of J-Ray ahead with penalties. So if he can get past here, maybe he can put a charge on Cornish for the last, what, 13 laps? We still got plenty of laps left. Lots can happen. Jump back to this battle with Pipe Tech and Jay Prentice. Keep an eye on that gap with Blade for me, will ya? As they come down this straight, maybe.
Jack King's off.
Jack King is off.
At
Blade
the
is
end of sector
closing
3,
in.
heading towards Cow. Oh, he's gonna have Jay Prentice for company fairly quickly.
And Acid finally jumps in the pits. J-Ray still managing to hold off Blade here. But he's got 12 laps to his advantage to be able to work his way around J-Ray and maybe catch up to Cornish. Still only 2 seconds separating the top two drivers, so he's within a shot of Cornish. Prentice again with Pipe Tech, battling it out. Oh, I need to keep my eyes on this battle at every lap, apparently. Emax has lost the back of Titchy a little bit, but Red Mask starting to close in on him, it appears. It's also got Matty starting to close in on Acid Masters after his pit stop.
Tell you what, Mr.
Oh,
Matty
Blade.
Robo again just magically pops up. I didn't
Blade
even
going for
recognize
it.
that he was in the top 6. Blade goes for it. Nice move. Oh, doesn't make it stick though. J-Ray plays great defensive. He's gonna have the RS coming down Retro Rapasso into Decina del Lago. J-Ray goes defensive. Blade's gonna go onto the outside. He had it under braking for a second, but better traction on the outside part of the corner. Blade's gonna have the inside coming in. J-Ray's gonna brake a little later, but Electric Blade is still there.
Electric Blade takes that inside line. They're side by side for an entire sector here. This is incredible.
Oh, Electric looking to dive it on the inside. Does he have the move done? No, he's still alongside him. Finally gets the job done.
But guess what? J-Ray's within 2/10 coming up to the DRS straight now. He can maybe fight this back, and he's definitely slowed Blade down a lot that lap to give Cornish a little bit more breathing room.
Electric Blade's a sitting duck when it comes to ERS, so he's gonna have a heck of a time going into the retro to pasta there. Wow, I said Pasta. Wow, that was terrible.
Pasta.
I said pasta. I got food on my mind. It's 5 o'clock here where I'm at, and I am hungry.
Racer looking for a move here on Pipe Tech, who's all over the back of Prentice as well, and he launches it on both of them. He's looking for a 2-for-1 here. He's going to have to settle for just a move on Pipe Tech, who's starting to fight back now. This move might not be completely over yet, or this fight not be completely over yet. Jay Prentice is hoping to keep fighting to give him some more room. Pipe Tech going to have to yield, though. That was a nice move by Racer. Definitely opportunistic to look for the second move, but he had the first move done, and that's an impressive one to see. Now back to the front. J-Ray with a 7/10 gap to Blade ahead. Who has 3.4 seconds to go and 10 laps to close
It's
that gap for
possible.
Blade. Yeah, it is definitely possible. It is going to be a tough ask. Chasing down a championship leader with same tires, not really much of an advantage there. I'm sure Cornish might be managing his tires a little bit, maybe have a little more life to work with as well.
Acid
Jump.
Master setting a 109.8 fastest time of the Grand Prix, so not too surprised there.
Racer keeping Jay Prentice company here, maybe a little contact, give him a little nudge, speed it up there, Jay Prentice. He's going to be under all sorts of pressure down the DRS straight here. Goes defensive, no ERS left for Racer. And he swoops
Tichy and
around
Red
the
Mask.
outside.
Tichy and Red Mask going down the Retro Paso together, heading toward Decina del Lago. Red Mask tucked in, but they were battling through the Senna S and Curve del Sol there. As Yeet gets 3 seconds. Red Mask definitely gets a track warning for that one. Very adventurous line through the curb there.
Not close enough here to Blade to make an impression. Blade sitting on 21 ERS, Corner sitting on 30, Jerry on 25. Two Spell having a relatively
Jerry's not going to
early
have a
race.
chance now.
Yeah, Jerry is not going to have a chance for a few laps. It looks like he's trying to save up. Oh, and there's another 3-second time penalty. So that position is definitely going to be Blade's.
That's bringing the Wizard back in play too now for the podium.
It could very well bring the Wizard back, yes. So Racer found his way past Jay Prentice on that last lap. We were watching that battle. So now Pipe Tech and Jay Prentice are free to resume their glorious battle that they were having not too long ago. Tichy and Red Mask as well, battling it out. We've got a whole bunch of battles up and down the field. J-Ray trying to keep Blade under pressure despite having those penalties. Honestly, I think you'd just be hoping for Blade to pull him along here. Blade not making much of an impression on Cornish's lead yet. And the laps are dwindling down now. And as I said earlier, Pipe Tech closing in on that gap on Jay Prentice. Sure to resume their battle here. Pipe Tech not close enough. Jay Prentice breaks on the inside line to defend.
J-Ray is still all over the gearbox of Electric Blade, as Cornish Cuck has now extended it another 2/10, it looks like. So these two squabbling for the scraps of the podium, not only making Cornish Cuck pull away, but it's slowly bringing back Acid Masters and Two Spell into play, because Acid Masters just got by Two Spell, and that's P4.
And if you recall, Acid Masters pitted quite late, so I would not be surprised if they have a decent tire advantage right now on those ahead. He's on the 5-lap old mediums compared to the 13-lap old hards of J-Ray, sitting with a 6-second penalty. So he's got 2 seconds to gain here in 6 laps to be able to find himself on the podium. Same with Two Spell. That fight's not over for him with Acid. He can still fight with him and find his way on the podium if he finds 2 more seconds.
And this will be interesting to see what they do.
Cornish having to deal with some lapped traffic. I'm sure you'd appreciate that if they were to overtake them or get out of their way. Blade, Alfa Romeo in this McLaren sandwich right now.
Electric Blade's still sitting there in P2. Cornish Cuck is slowly slipping away, and Electric Blade's hope for a win here in the finale is definitely dwindling, if not gone, as we now have approached 6 laps to go.
Strange things have happened, but yet the likelihood is
Two
slowly
spell and
gonna get
Acid Masters. Acid Masters pit.
Acid Masters pit.
Oh, he's going on to the softs. He's going to go after fastest lap. I don't know why he did that. He just threw his podium chance for a podium away, knowing J Ray had 6 seconds in penalties.
Yeah, and Jay Prentice and Pipe Tech are battling it out once again into turn one. Looks like Jay Prentice
Acid
managed to
Masters
defend
is
that
going to
position
crawl
again.
behind it. Oh, wow.
I'm not sure what
Out.
Ferrari strategy that was, but... Oh, AJ's popped into the chat. Hello, AJ. Sorry you're not racing this week. Yeah, you
Blade
do
needs
need
a
a...
DNF.
Blade needs a DNF for AJ to maintain his position in the drivers. You're right, but it's looking unlikely at the moment. Tichy and Red Mask also not too far behind Acid Masters. These final laps here. J-Ray, gotta hand it to him. He's keeping touch with the Blade ahead. Two spell now. 3 seconds out of that zone. He needs to claim the podium. Jet back down to Pipe Tech. This is gonna go all the way down to the last lap. These two, the Aston and the Ferrari.
Not only that, it looks like it's going to go down to the last lap between J Ray and Electric. I
Yeah.
mean, as it looks, J Ray is going to lose the position anyway, granted, but
On track, it is definitely gonna go down on the wire.
the Pipe Tech J Prentice battle this is the furthest away they've been inside of like 4 laps. Ooh, Pipe Tech all over the back of it, as Acid Masters does set the fastest lap of the Grand Prix, but he could have had a podium, and
Yeah.
he threw it all away. Oh my god, that's why he pitted. He's out of fuel. Acid Masters, I didn't even notice that. He's 2.5 so short on fuel.
Oh my goodness, Acid definitely banking on a safety car to occur, and it just did not happen.
Oh man, that explains a lot.
I wonder if
I
anybody
wonder
else
now
is
because of
struggling.
that. Yeah, oh boy.
Nobody has the light on so far. Oh, Pipe Tech has the light on for me. Pipe Tech,
So does Two
Tichy.
Spell. So does Two Spell.
Two Spell didn't for me. He might be right on the edge.
Pipe Tech, red, I don't know. Hitchy's red. Yeet is floating on the verge. Cornish Cuck looks like he's safe.
I'd say AJ, he was about 2 laps short of fuel, 2 or 3 laps short of fuel.
absolute calamity now. 2.5 laps short on fuel. Unbelievable.
We've got a yellow now, and it looks like that's Acid Masters who has decided to call it
He
quits.
retired, yeah.
His underfueled car could not go any further. Blade's starting to pull away a little bit more now. That gap's a little bit bigger than we've seen so far. Looks like Acid Master's car is going to come out on the track and wreak some havoc, so pay attention everyone if you're listening. Acid said 4 laps under fuel. Oh my goodness.
4 laps under fuel. That makes sense because of where he when he started slowing down.
See, Pipe Tech now, he's closing in, he's closing in. Is this going to be the move that does it?
Ooh, Pipe Tech! Oh, Prentice! Oh, Pipe Tech
Oh
spins it!
no! Pipe Tech spin
Oh!
out, no. And we've got the Mercedes at the end off the track. That's causing a
Oh
yellow.
man, Pipe Tech has the red light going as well. Tichy has it. None of the front runners have it now.
Main battle left.
As we are now approaching the final lap here of the EU2 season.
Yeah, main battle left on track right now is just for P2 on track. J Ray and Blade have been fighting it out the last few laps. Actually, all race pretty much. Matty Robbo is also closing on the back of two spell. Did not notice that one, so it might be a little last lap
Ooh.
attempt here. Matty definitely has a little bit of an ERS advantage. No DRS available for two spell ahead, so we'll have to keep our eyes on that as they head up the final straight. But what can you say about Cornish Cuck season? I mean, I've only been commentating about half a season, and it seems like he won about 95% of those races. So congratulations to him. Congratulations to McLaren on an amazing season for them as well, clinching that Constructors' Championship. Congratulations to all the other drivers on a successful season. It's been a pleasure to commentate as we watched Cornish come around the straight for the final time to cross the line and win the Brazilian Grand Prix, his 7th win of the season, I believe. Congratulations again. Now we're going to jump back. Two Spell and Matty battling it out to the line here. A drag race potentially.
Ooh. Spicy, spicy. Oh,
Matty is
Matty.
closing. And what's
Oh,
it
he
going to
doesn't
be?
get
Oh!
it.
That
He
was
didn't
perfect.
get it.
Helicopter cam photo finish. Just what you love to see. What a finish to their season. Congrats to Two Spell on a P4 finish on what could be his final race. Congrats, Matty Robbo. Racer P6, Jack King P7, Jay Prentice is gonna hold on to P8 after that race-long battle with Pipe Tech. Good job to him. Tichy is gonna make it to the finish line despite potentially being underfueled and jump over Red Mask for P9, Red Mask P10. Pipe Tech, unfortunately, P11 there. Great battle. Gave us some awesome action throughout the race. So congrats to him. Good job on a fantastic season to you, Pipe Tech. And Emax rounding out the field of finishers in P12. Wow, what a race! What a finish! That helicopter cam got me really excited at the end. That was awesome.
Yeah, I love that helicopter cam. All right, so let's go get some podium. Let's go get some podium, guys.
Definitely
I got
the
Electric Blade invited already.
the final podium inter.
Cornet. Some of these guys I don't have on my friends list, so I kind of have to search them up.
Me see Corners dancing his way to the top position on the podium. It's double podium for the McLaren in the final race. What a way to finish it for the constructor champions.
Oh, I can't add him because of settings. He doesn't have me as a friends on a friends list, so I can't add him.
I might be
Bad
able to get
day.
him.
Bad day for Deathstorm. Can't pull that off. Alright, so let's see if I can get J-Ray.
And Blade rounding out the middle of the podium there. And I think you had Cornish and Blade on your podium, and I had Cornish and J-Ray. So between the two of us, we had everybody that was on the podium.
Yes, yes, yes. J-Ray.
One last time, Cornish comes home to win the final race of the EU2 Season 11 Championship. Blade is in P2. Awesome race for him, holding off J-Ray for many, many laps. And fighting the two-headed McLaren Dragon all on his own there. Congratulations to Blade. J-Ray P3, Two-Spell P4, Matty Rebel P5, P7, J Prentice P8, Titchy P9, Redmass P10, Pipe P12, Acid P13, Cygate P14, and Charlie P15. So I'm not exactly sure what that means for constructors, because Alfa Romeo was only 4 points behind Ferrari coming into this.
Yes.
Blade finished P2. Red Bull didn't score, so they're not in it. Matty was P5, and Two Spell was P4. So it's actually going to be so tight between the three guys. I have no idea.
Yeah, it is. J-Ray, could you do me a solid because I guess it's part of his settings. I cannot get Cornish Cuck into the party. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
I might be able to get him in, J-Ray. Let me see here.
And
I'm just
I'll
trying
see
to
if I
get to
can get
the
Electric Blade
showroom.
in here.
Alright, I think got them all invited now. Alright,
All
Deathstorm,
right.
how do you feel? You want to take away these interviews, or
Yeah, I'll start it off. J-Ray P3 there. Uh, you were battling Electric Blade for a while. I want to talk about your start though. Was that exactly planned to go ahead of Cornish there at the start, or was that just a better case of I got a better start, just let me lead? Yeah, that we caught that on. I know I caught that on my end. I'm pretty sure he caught it on stream too. That was one heck of a tussle between the two of you. But yeah, congratulations on the P3. And I will move over to Mr. Electric Blade. P2 in the final race of EU2. Just not enough to catch up to Cornish Cuck there. I know you got caught up. I think you got caught up in some traffic out of the pits. Is that why you fell back the way you did?
No, the pit stop for some reason didn't let me go when he was going around me. It made me sit there for like a second. So he got a good little time gap on me after that.
Oh, the
That was
unsafe pit release.
yeah. But other than
But
that, it
yeah,
was a fun race.
going through side by side there. Yeah, I know you had a shot. I know you, him, and Cornish were fighting alongside, pretty much nose to tail for a good chunk of that race, and you just couldn't get by them. I don't know if that was team tactic on McLaren's part. That's a question for Cornish Cook later on down the pike. But yeah, they were able to keep you at bay, and then when he finally broke away, you were able to make the move on JRA and make P2 stick. So congratulations to you, sir.
Thank you.
And Cornish, a little bit of a uncharacteristic start for you, but you're
Oh,
able to rebound
yes.
and get the win. Congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
But yeah, tell me a little bit about that one. When you got off the grid as poorly as you did, J Ray got by you. Was that just a play to try to get as many people away from you as possible and make the switchback move, or was that just J Ray having the raw pace early?
Jay had a fantastic stint on those mediums, a great start. I had a rotten start. I barely got off a line. I was surprised that I didn't get swallowed up by... the start's sort of like on an inclined hill. It's really weird, so the traction's kind of off, and I bottled it, basically. But Jay had a fantastic stint on those mediums. He had really, really good pace. And we were kind of talking in the party whether who was going in first into the pits, and he decided he was going in. Blade followed him in. I set out for an extra lap, and other than that, it was quite a fun, nonchalant race. I had a few little moments here or there where I almost lost the back end of a car, but I run very low wings here for the straight line speed. But yeah, just really happy with a race win at the end of the season, the championship. It's been a fantastic season for me, and looking forward to the new season on the wheel. Upgrading, loving it. Oh yeah, mate. I can't wait.
I'm looking forward to the new game just as much as you are there, man. But again, congratulations. You showed your pace and showed the reason why you are the EU2 champion. So congratulations, sir.
Thank you very much. Cheers for commentating as well this season, you two legends, heroes.
BK, you have any comments, questions, concerns?
No, just Cornish dominant as ever. Congratulations, another win.
Thank you, sir.
Good to see you and J Ray working together like a team so well, like a well-oiled machine in that first inning. It seemed just pulling them along so well. So
Yeah.
I definitely understand why you guys are the constructors champion and why you're the drivers champion. So I haven't got to say congratulations to you on both those accomplishments.
Thank you very much, mate.
And yeah, for you, Blade, I think it's just pretty much status quo. You've been right there since I've started commentating here in the season, so love to see you up there. Blessed to have you in the commentary booth here for another podium interview at the end of the season. So, congrats to you on that race. Good job, everybody. And just final for me, it's been an absolute pleasure to commentate the EU2 races this season. I'd like to thank you guys for having me in the booth, and thanks for Deathstorm and Haas for helping me out as much as they have this season. So, with that being said, that is the end of the season. Thank you guys so much for joining us. You can check out the other races we have going on this week and the rerun of AM2 next week if you're interested. But until then, we'll see you next season.